Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Dane, your host of the Rock and Metal Guardian. Today I'm going to talk about the best Scorpion albums ranked. There are 11 in all, so let's jump right in. Coming in at number 11 is Animal Magnetism, and this is at the bottom for so many reasons. It's got some weird stuff on it. The hit on here, or one of them, is Make It Real. It's an okay song. It's a kind of a pop metal song, or glam metal, or if you want to call it hair metal. And that's what the Scorpions about in the late 70s, early 80s. 80s. Don't Make No Promises, in parentheses, Your Body Can't Keep. Just under 3 minutes. Not my cup of tea, really. I kind of liked it in high school, but the lyrics are just cheesy and Hold Me Tight is the best. Excuse me. Hold Me Tight is the best song on this album. It's amazing. I love it. 20th Century Man I like. Lady Starlight is the ballad. I'm quite fond of that. Falling in Love is pretty decent. Only a Man is okay. The Zoo, I used to like it a lot in high school when I first became aware of this. I don't want to say that this is a song I never need to hear again. I just don't need to hear it very often. And then finally, Animal Magnetism, the title track, 6 minutes, almost 6 minutes. It's 5:57. That's a weird song. Sometimes I like it, or sometimes I think it's very weird. Like I said, it's slow. It drudges through. It's kind of like China White on Blackout, but the difference is I like China White a lot, even though it's weird in so many ways for a Scorpion song, and the guitar solo in China White's very odd as well. This is just strange song. So this is why this is last in my top 11 Scorpion songs of all time. Coming at number 10 is the sophomore effort, Fly to the Rainbow. Weird album cover. Uli John Roth talked about what is, I don't even want to guess what that album cover's art's about. He was hinting at something. I have ideas too, but some of it's inappropriate to talk about. So anyway, you have 7 tracks, and Speedy's Comin' is the first song on the album, and this is setting you up for where the Scorpions are going in the albums that follow, especially the next 2 or 3 or 4, that 70s period that they have. And it's not just that they're in the 70s, it's the type of music that they're giving us. Then you get They Need a Million, which is a song I like. It's not fabulous, but I do like it. Drifting Sun is good. Fly People Fly is what I call Fly to the Rainbow Part 1, because part of the lyrics are Fly to the Rainbow. Then you get This Is My Song, then Far Away, and then you get the title track, Fly to the Rainbow, which is 9.5 minutes, so it's an epic song from them. Drifting Sun is it's 7 minutes and 40 seconds. So you got some long tracks on here, or two long tracks. But Fly to the Rainbow, as I said, is the longest of all the songs on the album. And Fly to the Rainbow is just magical. There's no other way to put it, at least for me. And of course, this is the first album with Uli John Roth, or Ulrich Roth. But he liked Uli. And what you have here is, in part, a continuation of their first album, that psychedelic feel, but you also have blues, and you did on the first album, but you have more of that blues guitar because of Uli's Hendrix influence. So you hear that here, you hear that on here, and of course you have Rudolf Schenker on here as well, and he does a lot of cool stuff too with the way he's playing and his style. But the thing about this is that Klaus isn't singing on every song here, and I'm not the biggest fan of Uli's voice. It works at times, and others it doesn't. So this makes near the bottom at number 10. But the last song, the title track, is just fabulous. Sometimes I'll listen to Fly People Fly and Fly to the Rainbow back to back, because it's kind of like part 1 and 2 to me, because of the connection there. And I have a playlist where I put those two at the end. So I put Fly People Fly, which is the 4th track, as the 6th, and then Fly to the Rainbow 7 to close it out. I think it's a better choice that way. Anyway, so Fly to the Rainbow, number 10. Number 9 is the debut, Lonesome Crow. Only have 7 songs again, and I love Michael Schenker's guitar playing. He's like 15 on here. I know a lot of people don't like this. I love this album. And like the previous album, the title track is the last song. It's the 7th song. You get I'm Going Mad, which is fabulous. It All Depends, which is quite good. Leave Me, I'm quite fond of as well. In Search of the Peace of Mind, the hit from this album, if you want to call it that, made its way into their live album, Tokyo Tapes. Inheritance is good, and Action, and then finally Lonesome Crow. I love this album. The artwork's interesting, too. You have the crow sitting on a person who's passed away because he's gotten bit and poisoned by a scorpion. There used to be an alternate cover with, like, a giant scorpion, like the wall of the city or something, and it's crumbling or something. It's weird, but I like this album. So coming in at number 9. And this next album you have to cover up, depending on which version. I have the version you have to cover up because of some nudity, and that is In Trance. And this comes in at number 8. I love the title track. But the first song is Dark Lady, which is quite good. Then In Trance, the ballad and the hit, the title track, it's fabulous love song. Life's Like, dealing with unrequited love, perhaps. Life's Like a River, Top of the Bill, Living and Dying, Robot Man. So you get, what you would think would be on the second album, because the Robot Man is the art cover for Flight of the Rainbow, but it's on this album. Evening Wind, Sun in My Hand, Longing for Fire, and Night Lights. This is not as strong as some of the other 70s, but I do like it. But at one time, this was my favorite of the early 70s, but it's fallen. It's been years since this was my favorite 70s Scorpions album. But anyway, and it's weird. It has on the back, it's got the Flight of the Rainbow album cover here for some reason. I'm not sure what to make of that. And if you talk about for a minute the Scorpions' lascivious album covers, that's because in Europe they don't see the naked body as vulgar. I remember being in Europe. I was on a train from Germany to Austria. I was on vacation back in the 90s, and the guy, older gentleman sitting next to me was going to Austria along with us, and he's reading the German newspaper or Austrian newspaper, and there's nudity photographs all over it. And so I asked him in German, I said, what's with the nudity in the newspaper? And he said something to the effect of, you Americans are too prudish with your no nudity, and well, times have changed here in this country. But anyway, that's don't want to get into those wars. But just the point is that the Scorpions had to get with the program and not have these horrible album covers because of them having to change album covers and banning them. They had to go with the culture if they wanted to, of America, if they wanted to get their albums sold here. So that was an issue with them for the longest time. And I'm going to cover them up, but you're going to see more of that to come. So In Trance, number 8. And speaking of that same problem, got to cover up a little bit here. Number 7 is Love at First Sting. Love the pun, because he's giving her a tattoo while he's kissing her neck. And Bad Boys Running Wild, Rock You Like a Hurricane, I'm Leaving You, Coming Home. So far, so good. Same thrill, not crazy about too repetitive lyrics. Big City Nights, quite fond of that. As Soon as the Good Times Roll and Crossfire, those two are just okay. And then the fabulous Still Loving You, the glorious ballad. Still Loving You is to the Scorpions what I Still Love You is to Kiss. So that is Love at First Sting, number 7. Number 6, Worldwide Live. This is the 80s live album, so you have all the hits from the 80s period. No 70s work here. You have Still Loving You on here. You have Holiday. My favorite song on this is the live, of course it's live, the instrumental Coast to Coast. You have, I misspoke. Well, no, that's an 80s. Loving You Sunday Morning. Got a lot of songs from Love at First Sting here. You have Blackout. You have Rock You Like a Hurricane. Can't Live Without You. They could have taken another piece of meat off of here, as I said. Not very fond of the song. You have The Zoo. No One Like You. Thank goodness that's on here. Dynamite. And then the album closes with Can't Get Enough Part 1. Then Matthias's guitar solo, 6-string Sting, and then Can't Get Enough Part 2. produced by Dieter Dierks, the master for the Scorpions. Dieter Dierks is to Scorpions what Martin Birch is to Iron Maiden and some other bands, right? And things for me personally started to go downhill when he stopped producing the band. I don't like anything past. I don't like anything past Love at First Sting. I can't stand Savage Amusement. I hate that god awful song with the winds of change. Ugh. And an exception would be a couple songs on Sting in the Tail, but it wasn't good enough to make my list at all. So you just have these 11. It's too bad they got so mediocre. And I tried so many times to listen to the new album because Mickey D's on it. It just didn't do anything for me. I like the homage to the earlier days because Rock Forever is part of the lyrics of one of their earlier songs, which eludes me now. Steam Rock Fever. Okay, that's it. So speaking of Steam Rock Fever, coming in at number 5. Number 5. Another live album, Tokyo Tapes. And this is the special bonus edition because you have some bonus tracks, Hellcat, Catch Your Train, Kimi Go Yo, and some other tracks. And this is great because you have one song from their first album, In Search of the Peace of Mind, which is fabulous. You also have one song from Fly to the Rainbow, at least one song, and that is, trying to find it. No, that's from... Yeah, anyway, I can't find it because that happens sometimes. So you have All Night Long, Pictured Life, Backstage Queen, Polar Nights, In Trance, We'll Burn the Sky, Suspender Love, In Search of the Peace of Mind. There we go, Fly to the Rainbow. I found it. There it is. He's a Woman, She's a Man, Speedy's Coming, Top of the Bill, Hound Dog and Long Tall Sally, Steam Rock Fever, there's that song, Dark Lady, Kojo no Tsuki. And then part of the bonus CD I failed to mention was Robot Man, which I'm quite fond of. Suspender Love, in case you don't know, is a bonus track, which has been a bonus track on one album, then it's been a bonus track on another album. A lot of bands do that. Like Sweet pulled that a bunch of times where they put a bonus track on a re-released version of an album, and then it goes out of print, and then they put it on another re-release. It's crazy. But anyway, so Suspender Love currently is on the most recent release version of Taken by Force, and it was previously on something else. So this is fabulous. 2 CD set, Tokyo Tapes. Coming in at so that was number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Taken by Force. This album cover got banned for a while. 2 little kids shooting toy guns in a military graveyard. And then the version I had on vinyl as a teenager was just the album art with their photo. I like that. It's not bad. So you get Steam Rock Fever, We'll Burn the Sky, I've Got to Be Free, The Ride of Your Time, The Sales of Karen, which is fabulous, Your Light, He's a Woman, She's a Man, Born to Touch Your Feelings, which I think is underrated. It's almost 8 minutes long. And then you get the bonus tracks, Suspender Love. And then you get some demos, which most of it, if not all of it, is music with Klaus singing da-da-da-da-da. There's no lyrics. It's just him going da-da-da. So it's kind of worthless. Not worth listening to, but got it for Suspender Love. All right, coming in at number 4. Sorry, that was number 4. Number 3 is Virgin Killer, the clean version album cover with the band group. And there's Klaus with a full head of hair. Pictured Life, Catch Your Train, In Your Park, Backstage Queen, Virgin Killer, Hellcat is fabulous, Crying Days, Polar Nights, Yellow Raven. Yellow Raven's an underrated song, if you ask me. I love this album. This is probably, let's see how I have it ranked. Yeah, this is my favorite 70s Scorpions album. Great album, start to finish. Enough said. Coming in at number 2, Blackout. Title track, Can't Live Without You, their best ballad of all time. It's also heavy, great guitar solo. I'm sorry, Can't Live Without You is not that, sorry. Blackout, Can't Live Without You. Then, No One Like You, their best ballad. Their heavy ballad, great guitar solo. Sorry, that's what I meant. Number 3, No One Like You is that way. Number 4, You Give Me All I Need, a nice ballad again. Then you get Now, which is okay. It's fun. It's not great, but it's okay. Well, I'd say it's good. It's not great. It's not okay. It's good. Dynamite is good. Arizona I quite fond of. That's got a nice Zeppelin touch with respect to starting one speaker and going to the other channel, right? China White is the weird song I was telling you about. It's weird because the song title is about China White's either it's a euphemism for one or two more illegal substances, but it's not about illegal substances. It's about the apocalypse, blowing up the world because of nuclear weapons. So they pulled a Led Zeppelin in the sense that you have a song title that has nothing to do with the lyrics. And of course, we're talking about Zeppelin's Trampled Underfoot. And then finally, the great, slow, ballady, wonderful song, When the Smoke is Going Down. Great, great, great album. Don't know what's going on with the album cover here. The forks in the eyes. Finally, got to cover up part of this album. This is the Bubblegum album. It's my favorite Scorpions album of all time. I'm talking about Love Drive. And I can't even show you the back at all. But you have Loving You Sunday Morning, Another Piece of Meat. Could do without that song. Always Somewhere is just amazing. Coast to Coast, the instrumental, as I said, is great. It's amazing, sorry. Can't Get Enough. Is There Anybody There? Then the song Love Drive, fabulous. And the ballad Holiday. You get some bonus tracks, the demo version of 'Cause I Love You and the demo version of Holiday, which is 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes. Over 9.5 minutes. So there's my favorite albums by the Scorpions, and my number one of all time is surprisingly Love Drive. There's just something about the production, something about the song choices. Oh, and let's not forget Michael Schenker plays on it. It has something to do with it. Too bad he couldn't stick around, but yeah. So you have 2 albums with Michael Schenker. Too bad he couldn't be in the band more, but he's in UFO, and that's a great band too. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the notification button for all upcoming videos, and please click the like and subscribe button to help this young channel grow. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye now.